Inscription number 36. Payugunda plates of Hastivarman to Regnal, year 2. As we are aware that consequent to demise of Nandi-varman, his brother Devavarman occupied the throne. He performed a horse sacrifice and declared himself as Vijayadevavarmman after 15 years of his rule. The throne was again occupied by Skandavarman, the eldest son of Nandi-varman, namely the Hastivarman II, who was earlier overlooked in succession to the throne, for which no definite cause could be established. His son Skandavarman seems to have placed him on the throne, most probably as a collateral line at Jaya-pura, their headquarters. Since Hastivarman II was very old, he could be assigned only a couple of years. He was succeeded by Skandavarman, whose rule too might have got lost after a few years. We have discussed earlier that consequent to internal war of succession for the throne within the family, that is between Skandavarman and Nandi-varman II, the latter succeeded to the throne, and due to these internal conflicts, the Salankayana's power waned. Provenance: Pengonda, West Godavari district, Andhra Pradesh. Penugonda is a town in West Godavari district. Narasapuram to Nidafavoli main line passes through Penugonda. Script: Brahmi Southern class, of the 4th century AD. Language: Prakrit admixed with Sanskrit, concluding verses in Sanskrit. The Hastivarman mentioned in this inscription should be a king of the Salankayana dynasty, known to have been ruling the country between the Krishna and Godavari rivers about this time. Of the two Hastivarmans known of this dynasty, the first was a contemporary of Samudragupta. The second Hastivarman was a son of Nandi-varman I, the donor of Kanukolu plates, and the grandson of Hastivarman I, and is known from the Kanukolu plates of his own son. Skandavarman, thus the mixed Prakrit and Sanskrit of his present plates, places him between Nandi-varman I and Skandavarman. It is noteworthy that Hastivarman II was already 100-year-old in his second regnal year. Thus he mounted the throne at the age of 98. English translation of the inscription. Om. From the victorious Jaya-pura. The villagers of Mulukuli in the Kannira district, headed by the Mutudabi, addressed at the command of the illustrious Maharaja Hastivarman, who is 100-year-old, and whose head is covered with the pollen of the lotus, that is the feet of Lord Narayana, for the sake of increasing of virtues, longevity and strength, and for our passage to heaven, and also for our attainment of religious merit. This village is granted by us as the reward for performing the first Kalyana ceremony to the 60 Brahmanas of various Gotras and Charanas, engaged in penance, recitation of sacred text, offering of oblations to gods, observance of vows and religious restraints, who are experts in the Vedas, the Vedantas, traditional history, Purana, medical science, metrical science and the exposition of texts, and who are also engaged in the 6 duties of the Brahmanas, namely, offering and supervising sacrifices, study and teaching and offering and accepting gifts. Therefore, exempt for the sake of the God the exemptions from all the legal restrictions. Let them enjoy as long as the moon and the stars endure. It is my oral order, issued on the dark 8th of the month of Jesht, in the second regnal year, drafted under the Bhadrapada constellation. Here follow 2 of the traditional imprecatory and benedictory verses written by the minister Jayaswamam.